Welcome to Oldehadleyvintage, where stories of the past come alive. Nostalgia in every corner, an antique paradise to revive. Antique glass and vintage dishes, holiday items, bric-a-brac galore. Step inside, let your heart make wishes, something for everyone to explore.
Hi guys, welcome to Old Hadley Vintage. I'm Jeffrey, and just having a cup of coffee after a long day of work. I made the stuffed peppers the other day, and I made 4 of them. They were so big. I think you saw them in the short that I made. And yeah, I had the 3rd one tonight. There's still one left, and I don't know if I can even stomach one more. But I'm just having some coffee. Did I ever show you guys, this mug? This is the coolest mug ever. Check this out. This is made by Simplicity. Simplicity patterns, and these were actual images of Simplicity patterns from the, this one is the 1960s. I also have one that's the 1950s, and I think they came out with one from the 70s, and I want to say the 80s too, and there might even be a 1940s one too. Sometimes you can find them on eBay. I found this one at a garage sale, or tag sale as we call them up here in New England. And just having a cup of coffee after having dinner. And I figured I would run through some of these items that I might be selling for you guys. Of course I'm going to be selling these things for you on Sunday, the 29th of August, this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before I do that, while I have a few more sips of my coffee, I want you to take a look at my recent trip to Savers. Now, don't get me wrong, I did find some great things, but the prices are insane. And there's just a couple of other little things that I threw in as well. You'll see some of the things that I'm going to show you here in my cart. But take a look at this video and let me know what you think. I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm at a Savers not too far from my house, and I figured I would show you some goodies I just picked up, so take a look. Look at what's in this cart. Some hazel atlas. We found some ropes, some diamond point. I see some Pyrex in there, some Napco, some Anchor Hawking. I see some Fostoria. I'm finding some good stuff for you guys. Oh, these infamous bags, guys. I don't really find many things in these bags, but sometimes if you really look closely, you might find some cool things. What's in here? I see green glass. I know a lot of you guys are looking for green glass. There might be a salt and pepper shaker in there, but it's incomplete. I don't always look through the bags, but sometimes you can find some good things. Doesn't look like it today. Sometimes you can find some of those Wade figurines. But I'm not seeing much in here today, but I'll keep peeking through and see if I can hold my patience of going through each of these bags and see what I can find, okay? See guys, this is what I mean. It's so hard to thrift when you're finding green glass and such, and you get prices like that. Yeah, so that's why I usually put those down, unfortunately.
As you can see, some of the prices are just a little bit ridiculous for things that are very common, especially something like the anchor hocking. Take a look at this flashed on ruby red. $16 for the set of 3, and one of them is a little bit scratched off, so not really a great deal. But I'm still hunting. I'm sure you guys are seeing some stuff there. Some Fostoria American, which I have one of those, I think, at home already. I'm gonna do a Fostoria American sale for you guys. And, ooh, yes, look at pink depression glass, right? Well, it's got a lot of chips in there. See the chips are on the edge? And look at the price. Yeah, so it's a little bit out of my price range. There's some prices on the other things there. So, I'm not going to be picking those up today. And we have some, what is this here? It's pretty. Edwin Knowles, Vitreous China in the USA. And we get a price of $8 on that. But those covered casseroles, not everybody uses, so I'm going to pick those up. So, as you can see, prices are kind of all over the place. A beautiful old piece here. It's not hazy. I'm not sure if the maker is here on that, but $7. Yeah. See, guys, then you get pieces like this. Really beautiful, right? But unfortunately, there's no lid. And look at $11.49. So, guys, I'm passing up on a lot of really good stuff, unfortunately. I did pick up one nice piece of Pyrex, so good luck out there. But other than that, there's really not a lot here. And the stuff that is here, like I said, is just very overpriced. This here is, what is this? This is Hamilton Beach. It's probably made by either Federal or one of the other milk glass companies. It's $3.49, but yeah, I'm gonna pass up on that. But, it's too bad. I really love this piece here. Oh well. Moving right along.
Well, guys, I'm back. So what did you think? It was an interesting trip, to say the least. The store wasn't very busy, but the prices certainly were, as you saw. I did pick up some items. You probably saw some of these things in the cart that I had, but the prices were just ridiculous, as you've seen. I'm not sure how they are in your area of the country, but that Savers, it's about 20 minutes from my house, and it's probably not going to be a true destination for me. I find better deals at the Goodwill than I do at Savers. And kind of the same thing with the Salvation Army around here too. I don't really get too many good deals there either. So I kind of avoid those two spots and just pop into the Goodwill. But anyway, that being said, I'm going to take another sip of coffee and let's get into it. These are some items I'm going to sell for you guys on Sunday night. This is going to be, September 29th, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys come. Be sure to click on the thumbnail that I already posted in my on my page. So if you're already a subscriber, great. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. You'll notice a thumbnail. Click on that thumbnail, and in that thumbnail there'll be a little button that you can click on that says notify me, and this way you'll get the reminder that the show is going live. And I think it also gives you a reminder about 30 minutes beforehand. So around 7:30, you'll get a notification that, hey, Jeff's going to be live in about a half an hour, so get ready. So hopefully some of these items will be of interest to you guys. If I don't show you anything here that I may have shown you in previous thrift hauls before, and you're waiting for them to show up, or you're really interested in them, please let me know. I can dig through some of my plastic bins that I have some of these things stored in. I sometimes will go thrifting and then I pack them away and then I forget that I actually put them away, and I forget to sell them, like a few of the things that I pulled out today. So hopefully you like the assortment I put together for this Sunday. And if you're looking for something else, well, let me know. And I'll see if I have it in one of my plastic bins, and I'll pull it out and I'll add it to the sale. But I have about 20 items here. So I'm gonna try to quickly go through them because I don't wanna make this a crazy long video. And we'll start with something really cool, which I'm sure you guys seen in my thrift haul. Now this is, they call it by Cracky, that's the pattern. It was made by Smith Glass in the 30s. I love the feeling of the bottom. No cracks, no chips, nothing wrong with this glass at all. Really beautiful. And I think, I think I found this, believe it or not, at Savers. It was decently priced, I couldn't believe it. And the cool thing about it is, it glows. Check that out. Isn't that neat? I know some of you guys love that glowing, and other folks are like, who cares? But for those of you that like the glow, there you go. There's the glow. How cool is that? It's pretty neat. And then that's the uranium in there. So I got that. It's got 3 little legs on it. 3 little legs. Ignore my post-it notes. I just have to write myself some notes because I sometimes forget when I look things up. You know, once I get to doing this a little bit more often, and I get a little bit more established, I'll start, you know, remembering some of these things and some of these patterns. Some of these things I know, but you know, other things, well, you know how the mind can be. Anyway, check these out. I don't think you saw these in my cart, and I got these at Savers. Now these are a stacking set of bowls. Now a lot of you are looking for that mid-century. Well, I figured you guys would love this because not only is it that beautiful amber, but it's mid-century. So you have the large bowl, right? And you got the middle bowl, yeah? And you got the small bowl, right? And I don't know exactly what they use them for. Maybe for ashtrays, you know, cigarettes or tea lights. I'm sure you could put tea lights in them now. You can do anything you want with them. They're in like the Murano style. I don't know if these are truly Murano. Maybe somebody out there might know, you know. Some of you may have just gasped when you saw these. So if they are Murano, let me know. I'd be interested to know. Some of my research showed me that, you know, these are Murano. Others were saying they were just art glass. I couldn't find anything in any of my books because most of the books I have are from like the 30s and 40s. And this is a little bit more mid-century towards like the 60s and 70s, I would think. So couldn't you just see these sitting on the coffee table of Laura and Rob Petrie's house? I think you guys know who that is, right? From the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's my favorite, one of my favorite sitcoms. I guess, actually, I have to say it's almost my absolute favorite sitcom. So, found those. Found a cute little pair of, now my grandmother had a pair of these. I have hers, and I found another pair at the Goodwill the other day. Now these are the Boopy. They're made by Anchor Hocking. They're fairly common. You can find these around. They also came in milk glass as well as clear. And these are in impeccable condition. No chips or cracks. No issues with the candle bowl. So you know, if anybody would like a pair of these, I mean, these are just, they're fantastic. And, you know, they're great for anything really. I mean, whether you have colonial patterns on your table, or whether you have, actually one of these has a tiny, I just noticed that. It's a tiny little chip right there, but it's underneath. You don't even see it. So these are like practically perfect. I've actually found a couple of pictures, but this was the nicest one that I found. And this is made by Federal Glass. This is from the 50s. It's about 5.5 inches tall, little tiny milk pitcher, very small compared to my face. You can see how small it is, but it's really cute. It's got a star on the bottom, made by Federal. Really cute. So I'll have that. I'll have this beautiful this is made by Westinghouse, and it said on the bottom of it, you have to take it off, there's no chips or cracks on this. Beautiful. So cold weather coming, meatloaf, yum, one of my favorites. So to read this, you have to actually read it from the inside, and what it says is Pyrex brand glassware for Westinghouse. I just love Westinghouse stuff. Very cool. But I have some of these Westinghouse things already, so I figured I would pick this one up for you guys. I'll show you that. I don't know if it'll show up in this or not, but if you'll be able to see it, but there it is. There's that emblem on the bottom. So you would get this as like a premium when you bought a refrigerator. Basically, it's a refrigerator dish, but you could bake in it because it's Pyrex. So bake your meatloaf in it, you know, serve it on the table, whatever's left over, pop the lid back on it. Obviously let it cool first. Don't put a hot container in your refrigerator, or else it really will crack. I would even think even Pyrex would probably crack going from extreme temperatures. So I just think it would be a great idea, you know, this way you don't have to cover it with aluminum foil or saran wrap. You got a beautiful cover for it. So that'll be coming to the sale. I have this set of 3 Hazel Atlas leaf plates. I don't think these are super old. I don't exactly know how old they are. I only have 3 because one of them that I saw when I was thrifting had a big chunk taken out of it, and I was like, I'm not gonna take that. That's silly. So I just took the 3 that were perfect. These don't have any chips or cracks or anything on it. It was sad because it looked like the chip had just happened. Otherwise I would have had a nice set of 4. But you know, you can use these for your holidays, for Thanksgiving. Put your cheese, crackers, you know, your make your own charcuterie on these cute little leaf plates. You know, you can kind of like arrange them on the table and make them look like, you know, fallen leaves or whatever. I don't know, but there they are. Anyway, Wexford butter dish. See Wexford everywhere. This is my mom's pattern. My mother had this pattern. You know, obviously, most often I walk by these things. The only reason I picked it up, not only was it perfect, but I remember, I think Scott was having a sale on the old Curiosity Shop the other day, and I thought somebody had won a butter dish, and somebody else had said, oh darn, I could really use a butter dish. I've been looking for a butter dish. Well, I found one, and I'm gonna put that up for sale if you guys are still looking for one. It's in absolute perfect condition. So if you're looking for the Wexford butter dish, here it is. Let's see here. I have these 2 glasses. Now, actually, I did have 3, but I'm not going to bring the 3rd one to you because it is kind of damaged. So these glasses, I don't know the maker. They're very beautiful. They have this incredible gold top on them. And look at the etching. Isn't that incredible? I think you could see it with my dark shirt behind it. But very pretty. And these were, oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I would probably say maybe the 60s on these. But in the pattern, I can't even really make it out. I tried looking it up, and they look like they're hand etched because each etching is a little bit different. There's similar pattern, but they're just a little bit different. But they're really pretty. I'm not sure of the maker. There's no marks on the bottom. Maybe you guys know. But anyway, clang. Don't clang the dishes. So I have those two, and then here's that third one that I was telling you. It's got some damage to it. See how the gold is rubbed off on the top, and these are rimmed with gold on the top too, and this has gold rubbed off. So I mean, if whoever wants those two, wants the third one, you know what? I can just throw it in. It's fine. The next item I have is a mug, as you can see. And most people would say, oh, that's a shave mug. No, it's not. This is a mustache mug. So a gentleman that had a mustache and wanted to protect it from whatever he was drinking would use this mug to protect his mustache and sip his coffee, cocoa, or whatever out of this mug. It's very, very big, holds quite a bit of coffee or tea or whatever, but it's really cool. Even if you don't use it, you know, it's nice as a decoration piece. Some of the gold has rubbed off on it, and on the inside too. This was coated, and you can see some of the gold is rubbed off, but it's still a nice piece. And I thought that was kind of cool. And yes, again, it's a mustache mug. Some people call it an invalid feeder, you know, where you don't want to spill it all over the patient, so you're feeding them in bed. You know, maybe it is, but the research that I've done, it's a mustache mug. Next thing I have here for you guys is a beautiful Mayfair Anchor Hocking open rose vegetable bowl. It does have some damage around the edges. There are some little nicks on the handles. There is a chip right here. You can probably see a little chip right there. And you know, a couple of other little chippers right here, but overall it's a pretty nice bowl. A lot of people just leave them on the shelf. I found this, if you've seen my video, I think it was my last video, I found this in the plastic section where they have like all kinds of like random like Tupperware and things like that, you know, at the Goodwill. And this was just sitting there if you saw my video. You know, why is there a pink depression glass sitting in plastic, in the plastic area? Sometimes the people that work there, you know, they just put it down because they can't find a spot for it, or somebody picked it up and then decided, you know what, has a couple of little flea bites around the edge. I don't want it. I'll just leave it here. Well, I picked it up because I figured one of you guys might like this, and it's still a beautiful bowl, and it'd be perfect for Thanksgiving coming up. Potatoes or vegetables or whatever. So after I washed and cleaned it, it came out so beautiful. It's nice and shiny, and you know, those little nicks and chips, it's from the 30s, so of course it's gonna have some little nips and chips and clips on it. So, you know, I mean, it's a nice bowl. I mean, I like it. Something different this time, guys. I found a cute little statue of his name. He is the Vagabond, and he's made by Napco. I found him at Savers, and he has a little bit of crazing on his base, but overall, perfect condition. There's no chips or cracks. The birdie never really had a true beak on it, so it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of got like a dull beak. And the sign says to Village. So maybe he's heading over to the Village where the Oldehadleyvintage is. He's got his little knapsack on his back here with the little wooden stick holding it, while his little accoutrement with him, and off he goes. And he's even got a little feather in his hat. He's cute, so I figured I'd pick him up for you guys. There he is. So I picked him up, and how about a glass baked Jello mold? It is smooth on the inside, so these little ribs are just decoration on here. They're not going to actually show up if you do make a mold in this, whether it's Jello or a cranberry mold for your Thanksgiving dinner. But it's definitely old. It's got some scratches on the bottom. And it has this weird thing that I tried scrubbing. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? I can't get it out. See that white thing right there? It's actually in the glass. It's almost like a piece of paper or something, and it's like embedded in the glass. You can't get it out. It's completely smooth, but it's in there. Like Prego, it's in there. And it has its patent number and everything in the center. So I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was neat. So I picked that up. And then I found this bread plate a while ago, and I figured I'd bring it to you guys in case you wanted to have it for, there's one little tiny nick. There's a couple of little nicks around the edge. But this is one of those, give us this day our daily bread, part of the Lord's Prayer. And it has the sheaf of wheat in the middle. Beautiful glass. I'm thinking it's EAPG. It's very old. It has a lot of scratches on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. See the scratches on the bottom of this? So this was definitely loved. And how pretty with a nice napkin in there. Beautiful linen napkin filled with your hot steaming Parker House rolls for Thanksgiving. So I picked that up, and without chipping things, I'm putting stuff back down. I have two, I know some people like collecting this restaurant ware, so I have two beautiful, now these aren't truly decorated with the pretty green flowers and such, but these are beautiful, and they were used, so they do have some, wear to them, as you can see probably in the light. Here, I'll hold them up a little bit so you can see a few little scratches, but these are actual true restaurant ware that were used in restaurants or diners. Now, one was made by Car China in Grafton, West Virginia. So there's that one. And that's the larger one. It's about almost 13 inches, maybe 13 and a half inches long. And this one here, I think, is that 11? Yeah, about 11 inches. This one here. And then this one was made by Sterling, East Liverpool, Ohio. And there's that. Okay. So those will be up for sale. I'm going to sell those as a set. Now, where are our milk glass lovers? I'm bringing you guys some milk glass. This is Hazel Atlas. It's like a swirl pattern. Not exactly sure what Hazel Atlas called this. Maybe you guys know. If you do, feel free to mention in the comments below. I didn't have a chance to research a lot of this stuff. So perfect for your vegetables for Thanksgiving. How nice, right? So that'll be coming to the sale for those milk glass folks out there. I have this beautiful blue cobalt cello vase, and I thought that was kind of cute. It's in perfect condition. It's not chipped or cracked or anything, and it's in pretty good shape. So I picked that up. I'm not sure what came in this years ago. Maybe you guys know. I'm sure some sort of like a liquor or some sort of something or other. Because I think I've seen some that had a cork in it too. So I cleaned this up. It came out nice and shiny. It's beautiful. And how perfect, my grandmother, like I was saying in the preview that I had, or the thrift haul that I had, my grandmother had those glass shelves in front of her kitchen window, and I remember her having this up there, and the light would hit it in just the right way, and it would be so beautiful. And sometimes it would cast a blue shadow right on her counter in her kitchen. I can still remember that. And really beautiful. So I got that for you guys. Then I found this incredible jar. Now this, I believe, is made by Indiana Glass. It's huge and heavy. I can't even describe. So, whew. I mean, if you live out in California and you're interested in this glass, let me tell you, just the base itself, wow, it is heavy. And you add the lid to it, even more so. but what a beautiful jar. Made by Indiana Glass. It's an apothecary jar. They would probably have these even in drugstores filled with, you know, maybe peppermint sticks or pretzel rods. What a great thing to put in it now on your counter. You could put some pretzel rods or some, you know, peppermint sticks or whatever for the holidays. Beautiful jar. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's in perfect shape. No chips or cracks or anything on this. Sometimes you find these heavily damaged, but this one is in perfect condition. So I found that for you guys. And then I also found a set. Now I have a set of 4 teacups and saucers. This is the, well, these are not marked because usually the teacups and saucers are never marked, but the plates usually are. Now I have a plate here. It's the Lifetime China Company Semi-Vitreous Alliance, Ohio Pinecone pattern. And there's a image of it right there. You guys can see that. And here is the actual image. It's a pine cone. They're like grayishy blue pine cones with some pink in it, which kind of makes me date these to about the 50s, I would have to say. Maybe the mid 50s when that gray and pink started to come into fashion. So I have 6 of the like either dessert or bread and butter plates. I have 6 of those, right? I picked up 6 because I think the set that they had on the shelf was for 8 or 12, and a lot of it was like heavily worn and some had chips, so I picked out the nicest pieces I could to kind of put a set together. So this is a perfect dessert set, or like afternoon tea, or at least a starter set in case you guys want to continue putting the whole set together, getting the dinner plates and what have you. So I have a set of 4 of these cups and saucers, and I don't know about you guys, this is how I stack my cups and saucers. I usually stack my Wedgwood drabware. I collect a lot of Wedgwood drabware. I stack them like that on top of my microwave over here. I have a whole set of them there, what I usually have my coffee in the morning. And to keep the dust out of the top one, well, you just simply flip the top one over. So that's how I usually store my teacups and saucers, like that. And the saucers themselves, they have the motif in there too. Pretty, huh? I don't know, I thought they were kind of cool. I thought they were nice. And I figured they were kind of mid-century. I don't know. I know some of you guys like your mid-century, so I figured I'd bring some to you as much as I can. I'm looking, I'm trying. And then I think, finally, the last thing I have to show you guys, these are made by the Libby Company. These are fairly old. I want to say maybe the 50s, maybe the 60s, but they're definitely, the flowers in here are cut. They're called Halifax Floral Cut. And the base on them, they're the handle, or the stem, I should say. The stem is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And I have 4 of these guys, and they're in perfect shape, no chips or cracks. And they are simply beautiful. So with New Year's Eve coming up and holidays coming up, how perfect. So I thought these were pretty. And again, I'm not 100% sure their age. I'm guessing maybe 60s, you know. But hopefully by the time the show comes around on Sunday, I'll be able to research some of this stuff for you and let you know exactly the year. I have to look at my glass books. So other than that, now that my coffee is kind of cold, I'm going to take another sip. You take a sip too. One last piece I almost forgot. Beautiful butter dish. Now this is American like brilliant glass, but it's pressed cut. If you look really closely in the middle here, let me see if I can angle the light just right, and then you can see it. Let's see if we can angle it. Just see. Can you see it? It's this press cut right in the middle. Usually I pass these up because a lot of them are chipped heavily around the edges. This one's not too bad. It has a few on those little teeth where they are cut, and little nicks taken out, but it's nowhere as bad as some of the ones I see. This one's actually in really good condition. I don't think it was used very much, but for your port wine ball or your butter, or I don't know about where you guys are, but I know sometimes around the holidays, Thanksgiving, they have these, there's a company that makes butter in the shape of a turkey. And I don't know how big he is, but how cool he would be sitting in the middle of this, and then you could just put a dome right over him. I don't know if his feathers or his plumage in the back, you know, the shape of the butter would, you know, interfere with the lid, but just a thought. I don't know how tall those things are, but I saw those at the grocery store a couple of times the past few years, but I never picked one up. And I thought that would be kind of cool. But so I picked that up. The lid is absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with the lid whatsoever. And it's heavy stuff. You just tell by when you pick it up. But a beautiful, beautiful piece of glass too. I almost forgot to show you guys that. So that about does it, guys. If there's anything, like I said, in any of my other thrift hauls that I've done that you're interested in or that you don't see here, let me know, and I'll let you know if I can bring it to the sale or if it's going to go on eBay. Some things I thrift, I do put on eBay. I do have an eBay store, but it's just my own private eBay store that I have. I can put a link, but last time I did that, somebody said they couldn't access it. So I don't know. I have to figure that out. But in any case, Sunday, 8 p.m., right here, we're going to have this sale. And if there's anything that you're interested in, well, it's up for grabs. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. Don't forget to like and share this video. And again, don't forget to look for that thumbnail and click that notify button to notify yourself and remind yourself. I think they send you a reminder 30 minutes, like at 7:30, Eastern Standard Time. They'll send you a reminder that the show's going live. So you can get yourself ready. Grab yourself some popcorn or some cheese doodles and some root beer or a hot cup of coffee and snuggle up. And you don't have to buy anything. I enjoy the company. I'm glad you guys come in and visit and say hello. Don't be intimidated to chat in the chat. And if you feel so inclined to bid on any items, feel free to do that as well. You don't have to have PayPal in order to bid. I can bill you as a guest. So many people have done that already, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so with that, I bid you adieu, and I will see all of you on Sunday night. I hope you have a great Saturday and a great Sunday afternoon. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.